Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Wind Waker HD. We have just been captured in the Forsaken Fortress. We snuck out a little bit to grab a heart piece and then got thrown right back in here because we just love this jail cell so much. I guess I could have just met you on the outside. That might have been a little more efficient, a little more prudent. Let's gently place the vase again. You know what? I'm angry. We got captured. Throw it. Yeah. Oh, hey, rupees, actually. That's pretty good. I should have done that in the first place. Yeah, so let's escape from here again. And we're out. Alright, so if you remember last time we came in this place, we pretty much got this treasure chest and then jumped straight down in order to get in there. They haven't even closed that door yet. They haven't even noticed that we've been in there. So instead of doing that, this time we're gonna hop across and basically just continue along the second floor. The way to get out, if we can get to the map here, shows that we need to get to that X up there in the north corner. And in order to do that, as you can see, we're going to need to stay on the second floor. Before we can actually finish this place, though, we need to do a little bit of something about these searchlights. They mark 3 of them on your map, but as far as I know, it's only actually required that you take out 1 of them. And I think the specific one is the one that is directly above us. That's going to be one that's pointing at the window, and is basically, you'd see later, is going to block our escape to get over there. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get over there, and I think the best way we can do that is to head out of this left door here, if I'm not mistaken. It's it's been a little while. It can be a little tricky to figure out the way you need to go, but yeah, this looks like it. Looks like Tetra wants to speak to us. Yeah, monster running the searchlight. If you can slay the monster, just maybe it'll shut the searchlight down. We don't have a weapon though. Yeah, all we have is a shield. So she gives us some advice here. We can try to use the shield to deflect the monster's blows and see if you can make it drop its weapon. This is a thing you will only have to do. You don't even have to do it. But if you choose to do it, this is a thing you only really have to do here in this one situation. I don't know if it's a thing that would work later on, because obviously later on, you know, you have a sword all the time. But I wonder if you just keep blocking the enemy's blows, if they would drop their weapon. I don't know, honestly. I'd imagine it still works, I guess. Or maybe only these guys in particular are programmed to do it. So the strategy that she mentioned, as you can see, once this guy sees us, his spotlights are going to go up into the sky there, and he's going to start attacking us. So the strategy she mentioned is to sit here and keep blocking this guy's blows until he will eventually drop his stick, like that. We can grab the stick and then just swing it at him. He's trying to run away. It's not going to work. Get back over here. There we go. It's a little bit slow, but, you know, that works. So that's the way she described it. Ooh, we also got a joy pendant from that, which is nice. Keep it in our spoils bag. I believe this is the first spoil that we've gotten. The first enemy we've faced since we've been on the pirate ship. That's because of the bag that we got playing Nico's game. We're able to keep the joy pendants there. So if we wanted to check that out, we can head back to our items and check out our spoils bag. You can see, there it is. So got one of those, a bunch of different collectibles. They kind of do this sort of thing in Skyward Sword too, but thankfully they don't tell you about it every single time you pick it up for the first time. Only really the first time you see it, which is nice. The alternate strategy, which I usually do, is you can just pick up this pot, throw it, and that'll get you a weapon immediately, so you don't have to sit around and, you know, wait for him to drop his weapon. So the reason we needed to drop this searchlight in particular was because, as you can see, these 2 are the ones that are focusing down there where we picked up our rupees earlier. This one was actually focusing, if we can get it, yep, right there. Right where that, you can see there are 2 hearts. So you can see we're going to be there at some point. This spotlight is pretty much pointing exactly at that little ledge. So once we get there, we would find that we can't actually continue because we would just get caught by that searchlight. So now that we've taken that down, we can proceed forward. We don't really need to worry about these 2 on the ground. You can take them out if you want, but it doesn't impede progress. And if you've picked up the rupees there already, then it really doesn't make much of a difference. All right, so where am I? And I've forgotten like which direction I came out of, because we want to head back to the right here. And it looks like this is the correct way. Maybe, I don't know. Hope so. That was the direction Link was facing. I don't know if that arrow was pointing in the direction of Link or the direction of the camera. So I guess we can see, yep, okay, we're in the right direction. I like going this way. I guess you could go either way, but I don't know. I'm just so used to going this way that this is, you know, I imagine you'd end up there no matter which way you went. So this is just the way I'm most comfortable with. Land right on that torch. That'd be kind of funny. I wouldn't imagine you'd take damage from that, but that'd be kind of funny. All right, so there's these little alcoves all over the place. We can head out here if you want and, you know, kind of get some different camera angles. I don't know, just to add to the atmosphere, I guess. Some of these ledges will actually take you up to places where you can get to these spotlights up here. Like this one would lead you up here and you could take down that one. Again, like I said, I'm not really worried about it. There is also a way to create a shortcut here somewhere. I don't actually know where it is because I've never actually done it myself, I don't think. But then it'll let you get back up if you need to later. Right, so otherwise, we can just keep bombing across. There's all kinds of rooms and stuff down here, but I really don't worry about it. I think in one of these rooms is like a treasure chest with 10 rupees or something, if you really care that much about it, to go that far out of your way. I, however, do not. So, again, more of these ledges. Oh, here it is, actually. I think this is it. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a box there. And if we push this down, this will let us get to that ladder later. So if we ever need to come back up here, if we ever fall back down, we can just get back up quickly. So, hey, it's a good way to go. Otherwise, we just continue. We'll get into the stealth bit pretty soon here. I think in this room, actually. Yep, here we go. So we can see these guys are patrolling around. One of these guys caught us earlier in order to get us back into the cell, so we obviously can't let that happen. Tetra mentioned that we should find something to hide in. So let's try this. There we go. So we can drop him. We're just a normal, unassuming barrel that somehow has changed location. So you can move pretty quick here. These guys take a while before they see you. This guy might actually never see me because I'm like behind him here. But if they do, it'll make a sound. It'll be like dun-dun-dun-dun, like you've been discovered. At that point, you could just drop, and they'll pretty much just forget everything and move on. So, there we go. I like to put this behind me so I have some cover as I'm opening the door, just so they don't accidentally see me there. All right, so this is actually where that X on the map was, and this is going to let us head up into the upper levels. You can see that's where we need to be. That's where our sword is. So we're heading in the right direction. And head on up these stairs. Now, it's going to be a guy up here, but he shouldn't see us immediately. Yep, he's over there. So we can hop in the barrel. This one we are actually going to have to sneak by. I usually like to stay against this wall here because we're going to have to round the corner. So if we... Yep. So that sound means that he's seen you. If you just stop, then you'll be able to drop into the barrel. And he won't notice a thing. So we're going to have to wait a little bit for this guy to sniff around. And he may look in your direction a few times, but don't worry, you can't be discovered while you're just sitting here. So we're gonna have to wait for this guy to pass us. And unfortunately, he walks a little bit slow. And once he has passed us, there we go, we can round this corner. We're pretty much safe here. Let's drop the barrel off and then roll forward. So that's basically all the stealth there is if you go in that direction. You may have more dudes to deal with the other way. I'm not actually sure. Again, like I said, I pretty much always just go in that direction. So we can head down here if we want. I think, yeah, we can create another shortcut here, which we might as well because we can get back up easily. I don't imagine we'll ever be using this, but, you know, we have the opportunity, so why not? All right. And then thankfully we can just climb back up this conveniently placed ladder. Alright, so we got this really narrow ledge to go along here. This is where we can do something. I think this is new in Wind Waker. I don't think you were able to do this in any other 3D Zelda game up to this point. We could sort of get against the wall here and just slide ourselves over. It's a little bit slow, but, you know, it's probably hard to move quickly in this way, I'd imagine. Alright, and there we go. And you can do that pretty much against just about any, maybe not any wall. I guess only certain walls they'll let you do it. So this is the point where that searchlight would have been pointing at us, and we would have been caught as we try to go across here, but thankfully we have taken care of that. Get the health recovery for some reason. I don't know how you'd get hit here. I guess maybe one of the rats, but because usually if you get seen by an enemy, they just throw you into prison. There's no real fighting going on. So if you somehow manage to get hit by a lot of rats, you can recover your health there. And it's around this corner. Hey, look what we found. This is exactly where we need to go. Uh-oh. You only notice the spikes, not the dancing. So we can run over this thing and pick up our sword again. Now we're in business. Take care not to drop it again. We'll do. All right, so now we can actually fight. See, and that's why the thrust is the best attack in the game. I also got another one of those double hits there. It's super fast. The enemy can't do anything. It's great. And somehow that removes the lock on the door. I don't know. They had some kind of telekinetic link, I suppose. We can also pick up the big sword. Unfortunately, you can't, like, keep this. That'd be kind of awesome to just grab this. It's essentially like a giant machete, like an even larger machete for Link. normal size weapon for those guys, but unfortunately no cool combos. I think we can, yeah, you can do a spin attack with those, which is pretty neat, but, oh, there's an invisible wall there. All right, so anyway, let's head into the door that unlocked. Looks to be important. Whoa, that boat is moving and talking to us. What do you mean dull-witted? Who would suspect that the boat would be talking to us? Come on. Yeah. So close and yet so far away. We managed to find our sister, but unfortunately, we got noticed by the bird. And whoever that guy was, the master of the fortress, maybe? It seemed important anyway. Had control over that bird to some extent. Tossed us out into the ocean. We've been rescued by this boat, I guess? This dragon boat guy? Yeah, exactly. The King of Red Lions. Looks more like a dragon than a lion to me, but I guess we'll go with it. Okay, maybe it was a little bit. You kind of have a point. I didn't really have an exit plan either when you think about it, so. The shadow that commands that monstrous bird. His name is Ganon. He who obtained the power of the gods attempted to cover the land in darkness and ultimately sealed away by the very power he hoped to command. The very same Ganon, the emperor of the dark realm the ancient legends speak of. Do not know why the seal of the gods has failed, but now that Ganon has returned, the world is once again being threatened by his evil magic. Well, yeah, man, of course. Just because we got thrown away by a bird, man, that's not gonna deter me. Yeah, we'll do anything. I like the little nods. Slow nod. Yep, I get it. To the Great Sea! But, well, it's actually a bit embarrassing for me to admit, but although I'm indeed a boat that possesses the power of speech, I possess no sail. I don't know, I kind of wonder how would you get out there in the first place? You have to, like, move really slowly. How did you drag me back here? If you've been watching me since the Forsaken Fortress, like, clearly you've come a long way. I don't know. Plot hole, I found one. So if we search hard enough, we're sure to find someone who has a sail. It looks like we've come to a little bit of a civilization here, a little bit of a town, which is kind of nice. This island of merchants is home to many valuable goods. The information they provide you may come in handy during your endeavors, so listen carefully to their words and heed them well. There's no time to play. Remember that, there's no time to play. It's urgent. We got to get the sail, and we got to go immediately as soon as we're done. Okay, so let's explore the island a bit. Why not? So this is Windfall Island, one of the main towns that we will be coming back to quite a lot throughout this game. There are a ton of things to get here that you can come back to once you've got certain items, once you've done certain plot points, and we'll be discovering a whole mess of things here. There's actually a handful of things that we're going to be doing here, despite what the King of Red Lion says. He doesn't know anything, he's just a boat. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, so, you know, we can talk to some people around here. I doubt these kids really know anything worthwhile. Oh, I don't know. Are you aliens? That's a little specific. I've had some dealings with aliens before. They tried to kidnap cows, and it's a bad time. Oh, well, jeez. All right, fine. Kids, rude. Let's talk to you. You're an adult. You probably have interesting things to say. Oh, a pet pig. Man, we got pet pigs here, too. A black splotched pig. That's the official wording for it. Yeah, they'll be okay. I mean, like, what are they gonna do? This is an island. Are they gonna swim away? I don't think so. Let's not get in the way of that guy. Okay, I guess we will, just to see. So he runs up to us, and without pressing anything on my part, is going to initiate some dialogue. Please listen to my tale of woe. Yeah, fine. My only daughter, poor Maggie. She was captured by a bunch of villains staying in the Forsaken Fortress. So it's probably one of those other girls that was in that cage there. Well, crud. Oh yeah, you know, the rupees are what's important there. Right, so basically we'll ignore that guy from here on out. He'll try to chase us around, but he's just gonna tell us the same stuff. It's a peaceful place, this island. People who never even dream of leaving their little paradise and setting sail on a voyage at sea. Well, I'm about to, so maybe we can swap tails sometime. This guy walking around, you look rather friendly. Yeah, so, you know, it's still, oh no, the guy, he saw me, he's running for me right away. Yeah, so this guy's just gonna stroll around town, nothing too important. So, we can go ahead and get started here. We're not supposed to, remember I mentioned that deluxe Picto box. We're not really supposed to have it at this point, just because we're on the second quest again. So we can do a little something here if we talk to this lady. If you could indulge me for a moment, please admit that I'm looking fine. Looking this fine would have won me Miss Windfall crown way back when. Still looking better than all the younger girls I know. Okay, so we can confirm or deny her. Actually, I need to step back a little bit and get her completely in frame here. We'll zoom in a bit and take the shot. So you notice we have a little marker up there. I'll get into what that's for at some point later. We're not going to be really worrying about that too much though. So let's save this one. You can see we've saved 1 out of our 12 slots. The 12 has been enhanced, I believe, from the original GameCube Picto box. I thought it could hold like 3 maybe, so it's been enhanced quite a bit. So we can walk up to her and actually show her the picture that we just took of herself. I also like the sign in the background. That guy looks very shocked. So we can show this pictograph. And she's very entranced with herself. She thinks she's so stunning. And she's going to reward us with a treasure chart. This first one of these we picked up. There are, oh man, 48 in this game, I think. It's quite a few. They've actually added more since the GameCube version because they've switched some things around again. I'll get into that once we get there. But we got a chart on the map screen. A place where treasure lies will be lit up. Sail to that area, then use the chart to find the treasure. So not only do we have to find the charts themselves, but then we have to go to the place on the map and get the treasure. So it's kind of a 2-part collectible, which leads to a lot of things to do in this game. I'll say that much. So if we take a look here, we can go to our map, and this is where our treasure charts will reside. The map isn't open, so if we open it, that's the information we get. It doesn't tell you where it is, know which island, which direction. It's just, well, this is a map. Find it. recognize those landmarks. So we'll be doing all of those in time. Thankfully, I have a bit of an advantage because I have written down where all of them are. So, you know, it's not like I have to worry about figuring them out at this point. Go pester that guy in the massive coat. I guess it's that guy back there. It kind of looks like his face is lit up weird. You see that? The big furry coat back there behind the counter. It looks like his face is lit up. That's interesting. What are you guys up to? Oh, didn't mean to roll into the wall there. Saucy, huh? Mountains of tacky pendants and earrings, as if she loves nothing in the world more than jewelry. No, not at all. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be speaking about it in public so loud that people beside you can understand you. Alright. So we need to talk to this guy. This is the guy that we were pointed to. The story is a strange one. I came across cursed seas from a land far away, a land where the blizzards blow violently. I guess that explains the coat. Heading for this town called Windfall. Dear me, my ship was torn apart by vicious winds, and this island is where I washed ashore. There was one other person with me. I dare say he was immediately arrested based on his somewhat suspicious looks and thrown right into jail. Be so kind as to help free him from captivity. Well, I guess so. So in order to actually do what we need to do with this guy, we've got to free his friend from captivity. Thankfully, that's pretty easy to find. Oh, hello. You're a new person. You have to see the post box down near the docks. Want to send someone a letter. Yeah, well, can't really do anything with that right now. The Rito Postman. So those are the bird guys that helped us out before. The Rito. All right. Well, thanks for the info. So we need to free this guy's friend from prison first, which we will do by going on up here, up this hill. There's also this strange guy dancing by a gravestone here. I don't know. That's interesting. What's up with you? Also, I like love the outfit, the tassels and the big rainbow on the back. Yes, hi. So fully and wholly absorbed in my dancing, I didn't even notice little old you. Yeah, I noticed. Taut, huh? Love dancing more than I love 3 meals a day. Well, I love 3 meals a day. Long ago, I met this delightful little guy who performed the most dazzling magic dance, a dance that turned night into day right before my very eyes. If only that was a power we could harness, huh? I can remember this fabulous dance move, but I just can't seem to get that intricate rhythm down. Think you know the rhythm? Well, maybe I do, but unfortunately we have no way to get that across to him, so we'll just leave him be. So if we head into this little place right here, here we go. This is going to be the prison. This layout all looks familiar. All prisons look the same in this world. Oh no, you look familiar. I recognize you from somewhere. Yes, hello. So I think his dialogue also changes here a little bit because normally, again, you have the green clothes. So he does the whole thing he did. Yes, you can. This is Tingle, the same guy from Majora's Mask. I don't know if it's the same guy, like canonically, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's ageless. Who knows? But again, if you had kind of the green clothes, you're like green clothes, green hat, and you, sir, must be a fairy. Same thing he did in Majora's Mask. You feel my telepathy. Well, no, I just talked to a guy. But, I mean, okay, I guess we'll go with it. Alright, so, yes, Tingle is just as animated in this game as he was before. Yeah, you were. There's mushrooms growing out of there and everything, man. They need to tend to this place. It's some kind of human rights violation. Alright, so we need to rescue Tingle. He's a bit odd. I can kind of see why they imprisoned him. He's a little bit eccentric, but if we move these pots out of the way, gently now, of course. We'll step on the switch, open the door. Wasn't that secure, but then again, I guess it was on the outside of the cell, so I imagine they should lock that up a little better, though, so people can't, like me, can't just go in and release prisoners. Alright, so Tingle is going to give us, after he says his magic words, we can steal them this time. He's not going to tell us no. And he's going to give us a Tingle bottle using Miiverse. Wait, what? Miiverse? You can insert a message you've written and send it out to sea for someone unknown to receive. Where they can't write letters. You're not connected to Miiverse. So this is completely different from the original GameCube version. In the GameCube version, he would give you an item called the Tingle Tuner, which was an interesting little thing because back in the GameCube days, they sold this cable that you could link your GameCube with a Game Boy Advance and do stuff on there. It was all kinds of complicated. I never actually owned one of those cables, so I've never used it myself. But in this version, he just gives us the Tingle bottle because there is no Game Boy Advance connectivity with a Wii U, so it's just been completely changed. Alright, so Tingle's returning to his island. Oh, got something else to say first. Well, fine. If you've got 3 meals a day. Also, I didn't mention it, but I love Tingle's also companion animation there, doing the same holding the item up thing. That's really great. So he gives us the Tingle's chart. Open it on the map screen, of course. If you ever need any help with your charts, leave it to Tingle. Don't forget it. Seriously, don't forget it. Big red text is important. And he also gives us a hint at the back of the cell. So the Miiverse stuff. It's going to go over that real quick. We can send letters in Tingle bottles by using Miiverse. This is basically this game's implementation of being able to post to the Miiverse. We can set the bottle, send a letter of your own. You can even use a picto box to include a pictograph with the message. And we can also pick up Tingle bottles that we'll find laying on beaches. And we can adjust our message settings. So, you know, you can do this if you want. I found that this doesn't enhance the experience in any way because every post that anyone ever puts on Miiverse is weird and creepy most of the time. So we can also choose not to allow them with spoilers, but this is useless because nobody marks their bottle as spoilers anyway, even if it's like a picture of the final boss. So I would recommend just turning all these off to begin with. I'm not going to bother with this at all. So we'll just close that out. We've chosen not to receive any Tingle bottles, so it's not even going to come up at any point. Good. It's the way I prefer it. I don't want other people encroaching on my Zelda game. Grab a blue rupee under here. All right, so he, real quick, this is probably the last thing we'll do before we finish this. He mentioned something in the back of his cell. We can grab, and I thought I guess I have to go from this side. All right, push this out of the way. You can see this little crawl space. We can head inside. Now, this is a little bit of a maze. It's kind of hard for me to explain which way we need to go because I'm not entirely sure. The general way that I do this, I don't know the layout by heart or anything, but you kind of just need to go as far right as possible from the start. Looks like this is going to be a dead end, so we're going to have to head back over here. And just, you could continue that way, but I want to head this way. And again, I kind of just go right whenever we get the chance. And if you see, like, there's a little wood planks on the right side, don't do that, because that will actually kick you out of this place. So we'll need to continue. We can head this way, and looks like this way is safe. Let's see, what is this way? There's a rupee. I think this is actually kind of backwards. I'll just grab the rupee, then we'll back up. Let's see. This is a little hard to turn myself around here. Okay, so let's go right. There we go. And then left. Right. So this is actually what awaits us at the end of those wood planks. If you choose to go in that direction, there's a little rat here that would kick you out. So let's carefully move to the left. Another rupee. What's this way? Okay, we can keep going that way. I may keep going that way. Let me grab this rupee first. There we go. Let's see what's this way. Again, I get completely turned around. Another rupee. I guess we'll grab it. And keep going this way. I think we're going backwards at this point, but honestly, who knows? Okay, so if we go this way, and then we go... I think this is where we were. Okay, now I am completely turned around. I feel like I'm going backwards at this point, so let's see if we can keep going this way at all. Maybe if we head down to the end here. And this way to the left, right. Okay, so that's that rat. So let's see if we can head in this direction. Okay, that's another rat. Yep, I've done this before. The last time I did this, I actually just like went straight to it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it somehow. Okay, and we have made it back to the entrance to the cell. Well, okay, at least I kind of get where we are now and we can start over. Okay, there we go. I made it right there. I don't know how I found it this time. I just kind of followed where I felt like I should go. But here we are. So it's a maze. I don't know. Just crawl around it so you find it. But as you also have noticed, this chest is empty. That's because this chest is actually where you would pick up the first Picto box. Now, the first Picto box is only in black and white. You may have noticed that we took a color photo of that lady earlier, and you need to take a color photo for her in order to get the reward. And pretty much for anything you need photos of, you just about need to take a color picture. So this will give us the basic Picto box. I believe if we check one of these inscriptions, last I've succeeded in stealing the Picto box. Through a slight mistake on my part, I was also caught up, been imprisoned. And he was trying to tunnel out, so let's see, what does this say? And he's gonna give us the controls here. So this is basically here as far as I know, just because it wants to give you the instructions, but this is where you would pick up the Picto box. Like I said, though, we already have it. In order to upgrade it to the deluxe Picto box, which I have, I will also be going over that here. You can actually do that like right now in this place, basically. So quick way to get out. I'll show you what happens if we walk on one of these wood planks. So he pulls the bell, we fall out and end up right here in front of the boat. Hey, what's up? Working on it, I promise. And this will let us get back out to Windfall Island. So that ate up a little more time than I would have wanted. Let's get out of the eyesight of this guy. Let's just go ahead and get back up here whereabouts. That'll work. And I believe we'll leave it here. So we've still got some more things to do at Windfall. Quite a handful of things, actually. We haven't picked up the sail or anything yet, so we've still got to do that. Actually, we can just do that real quick because, you know, that seems like a good stopping point. We might as well progress some way, get something done in this video. Yep, so now that I've rescued his friend, that's news he deems rather great. We're one stand-up individual. He's actually considering starting up a little shop here, but he's having trouble funding his venture. Yeah, you know, upfront capital. It's a tough one. It's a big risk you got to take as an entrepreneur. So he's saying, I want to buy something. The people in Thailand have no interest in venturing out into these dangerous seas, so my chance of selling it to them is rather bleak. Really like to ask 200 rupees. Oh man, that's a lot of rupees. But thankfully, since we're his friend, he's going to offer us 80 rupees. I don't know what it is, but sure, I'll buy it. Why not? Spend money. So we're going to take that, and it turns out to be a boat sail. Exactly what we were looking for, of course. So we made a good purchase. Saved his life and business as well. Cool. All right, so there we go. At least we got something done, right? We can say we advanced in some way. So I will leave it here this time for real. Next time we'll continue our adventures around Windfall Island and then hopefully head out. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.